Peter Obi has revealed the reason why he could also leave ADC. They are calling him political prostitute. He has been jumping from one party to the other. First, he said he left PDP. He left rather APGA because he had issue with Willie Obiano, who succeeded him as Anambra State governor. He also left Labour Party because they put fire in Labour Party. First, he left PDP because of what he called transactional politics. He loved playing on a fairground, and when he noticed that PDP is bedeviled with transactional politics, spearheaded by Atiku Abubakar, who Oshomole told us that he dollarizes PDP primary election. But today he's in ADC. We know there are a lot of crises rocking ADC, and there is high chances of Peter Obi also leaving ADC.
Yourself have moved across parties from the PDP to the Labour Party, and now you're aligning with the ADC. Why should Nigerians trust your long-term commitment when it appears you leave parties rather than stay to fix the problems within them?
Let me even tell you, you're even wrong. I moved from APGA.
Yes, you moved from APGA to the PDP, then Labour.
I moved from APGA to the PDP because I had what I can call disagreements or issues with my successor, the governor who came after me. And now they allow it to become toxic and become destructive to his governance of the state. I moved out. In PDP, I said it before, people were not playing by the rules. It was transactional. I cannot be part of transactional primary. I cannot be paying people to go and serve them.
And yet the same
so
people...
I moved...
The same people that you were
I
with,
moved
right,
to Labour. And of course, like I said, government came into the same system, which is very clear. You just said about INEC said they're being court order. We got in Labour Party, Supreme Court decided a case in April. INEC did not recognize that judgment until 7th of January, 8 months after, because of the same process. You even see people who will be on the rooftop shouting and say, if Peter Obi cannot fix the problem in Labour, because they put fire in the house, and they were shocked that I was able to escape. So they thought I would be there for the fire to burn me. When I now escaped, they said, oh, if he cannot stay and put up the fire, which they put, and then I left. I'm in ADC with the same people.
Yeah, the same transactional people you talked about from the PDP.
Charles, I'm in ADC with the same people, some of whom are left in PDP and other parties. But we are going through the same process. If that process is again compromised, I'll speak out.
Right, okay. But
what is important is not what people are yesterday.
Right.
It's what they are today. Because they've seen where the country is going, and they can decide, no, we are not making sacrifice.
Right.
We will no longer go back to what we used to.
Indeed, I understand the logic of the point you're making, but some would say that that exactly is the concern, that each move that you make is justified for some reason. You know, either a strategy or as, you know, getting away from transactional people or as something else. At what point does strategic movement begin to look like political inconsistency? And how do Nigerians know you won't move on again? You did say that you would in fact move again if this platform faces the same kind of challenge.
Charles, if I have to move, well, I don't have long time in politics, but if I have a long time, I have to do it 20 times. I'll do it exactly. I will not be part of, I cannot be talking about change. I cannot be talking about something new while being process of the same thing. You cannot use the process of yesterday to build tomorrow. I've never been involved in any form of rigging of election at primary level, at the election itself, and after that. No, I've never been part of paying people in judiciary anywhere to give me judgment that I do not deserve. I've not been part of this. You can go ask the last INEC chairman. I never met him for one day because he's a referee. I'm a player, and I expect the referee to come to the field and do his job very well. If he chooses to do it wrongly, so be it. But I cannot be preaching change and doing the same thing.
When Mr. Charles of Arise News asked him how he will be able to get votes from the North, whether he will work with El-Rufai, Kwankwaso, and others, he said he will work with El-Rufai. He would want to work with El-Rufai and Kwankwaso to get the North to vote for him. And also he promised to change the North. So he said he's created an asset for the North. And then we can make more money from the North from agriculture, more than what we are making from oil. Nigeria largely depends on oil, proceeds from crude oil. We have a lot of resources in this country. We can make money from agriculture. We can even mine other minerals from the North, but our eyes is only focused on oil. So he said he could make more money from agriculture from the North, more than we are making from oil. That's what he's got to say.
So Rabiu Kwankwaso come on board and convince the Muslim North to not only look to the South for a president in 2027, but specifically to the Southeast and to you. They say that unless people like El-Rufai and Kwankwaso not only back you, but convince the North to do the same, you might as well forget it. What is your reaction to that?
Well, my reaction is that I work with them so they can do that. But I can tell you, Charles, you can take it in this studio. Nobody will build or do what I intend to do in the North. I'll change the North. Our greatest assets is in the North.
Tell us more.
Our greatest assets of the country is in the North. The vast uncultivated land is our future. We can make more money as a country from agriculture than we make from oil. And that we have to start doing immediately. If we want to secure the North today, we need to start investing in those critical areas, agriculture, start pulling people out of poverty, investing in education, investing in health. And that we can do. I've seen this country after country that I've been able to study. Just I have taken time, if I can say it, more than any other person contesting, to visit different countries to see firsthand what they're doing. And I could see it in the North. I could see that future. I could feel it.
Yeah. But obviously you can't do any of that without, first of all, securing the
That's
North.
it. That's what I'm saying. Of course, it is, when you talk about securing the North, it's just like securing all over Nigeria. When it comes to issue of security, Charles, we've reached a stage where we have to be very, very decisive.
And also he said that he will tackle insecurity by declaring a war on terrorism, on terrorists. He said there is no nation in the whole world that will lose 10 of their army officers without declaring a war on terrorism. He said that he will put an end to negotiation with terrorists. There's no point negotiating with them. And in fact, the Minister of Defense made it clear today, Christopher Musa, he made that statement yesterday. He said that a friend of a terrorist, they have a new approach now. A friend of a terrorist is also a terrorist. If you are found trading with terrorists, working with them, collaborating with them, when the strike hits like we've seen in Gili Market right now, you also will be eliminated with the terrorists. So that's it today. Peter Obi is prepared to lead Nigeria.
We want to assure them that we will not let anything harm anybody in Kaduna State. All those areas that we have those camps and all those bandits and all these terrorists that are doing that, for us, charity begins at home. If we're able to achieve all over the nation and Kaduna is not safe, then we have not achieved. And so for me, it's a rallying call that we must put in every effort. I have also demanded from the service chiefs on ground that they cannot be here and we have bandits running all around and kidnapping people unnecessarily. Whoever their sponsors are, whoever their supporters are, they should know. And I want to mention what happened recently at Gili, to tell them that now our new strategy is anybody, a friend of a thief is a thief. I've said that severally. Anybody that is doing any trading, any support to them, we find you together with them. We're going to deal with you like the bandit, like the terrorists. So people should know, if you don't want to be harmed, please avoid where those terrorists are and don't give them any support.
We have to be very, very decisive. No longer issue of negotiation or anything. Charles, I had what I can call disturbing insecurity when I became the governor of Anambra State. It got to a stage that I had to come here and tell President Obasanjo, Mr. President, this is what I want to do, and you must allow me to do it. You can go and ask retired General Enenche. He was commander of the army unit there in Anambra State. Late John Haruna and late Commissioner Bello, I can call names, go and ask them what happened. And you could see it, that the then IG, Abubakar, came and said, for 5 years, we've not had issue of major robbery or kidnapping in Anambra State. I'm not saying it will not go away, no. But you can decisively deal with it. And there's so many ways to deal with it. Because the insecurity we are suffering today was not just something that started with God. It started with the erosion of governance, erosion of values, erosion of, abandoning the youth, no education, trust, social trust, everything. These are the things that over the years, what you're seeing as cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years that brought us to this. So what you need to do is to be decisive and then start long-term process of ensuring that you build trust, you bring governance, justice, people are punished if they do the wrong thing. You start building while you're pursuing. No nation will lose about 10 of his senior officers. I will not declare war. Charles will declare war.
You have, obviously you have to become president in order to do these things that you're talking about. And as I mentioned, you need people like, El Rufai, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and so on to go into alliance.
Not only two of them.
No, I know.
I'm going to be in the north.
More people.
I'm going to be in the north.
Yeah.
If there's anywhere any leader should be touring today, it is the north.
Yeah. But talking about El Rufai, you've described him.
Spoken a lot. I won't tell you everything here, but I'll be decisive. And people will see, they'll feel it. And I'm not going to lead from the back. I'll be in the front.
He's prepared to govern the affairs of the nation. Then finally, he also said that he's not expecting people to vote. He said, don't vote for me because I'm from the southeast or I'm a Christian. Vote for me because I'm committed
and
to
commitment
turning
for a better
Nigeria
Use this
around.
tribe.
To turning
Charles, I've
Nigeria
told you
around.
that before. It's not the reason why we are divided along ethnic, religious lines is because people who are incompetent, who lack the capacity, who don't have the compassion and commitment for a better Nigeria, use this tribe as their own certificate for competition. So if they say, oh, we won't vote for Peter Obi, he said they are against voting for Igbos. I've said before, do not vote for me because I'm from the southeast. Do not vote for me because I'm a Christian. Vote for me because I'm committed to turn around Nigeria. And Charles, I'll do it. And I'll start from the north.
On that note, you can land.
I'll start from the north.
Okay.
Because I know where the problem is. I'll start bringing back all those productivity that made it for the north to be safe.
Right. Okay.
And move it to the south. We'll cover everywhere. We need to do it. That's why I keep saying we'll move the country from consumption to production, from sharing the wealth to creating the wealth. When you start creating the wealth, people will see it. You build a society where people's hard work, talent will match up the opportunity. Where a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody. Charles, you lived in England. Nobody knew your father when they gave you a job. We have to stop people scrambling first class in a restaurant. I went to eat in Abuja the other day. In a small restaurant, the person that served me had a first class. What a country is that? We must.
He's been labeled with several names. They call him my Pope candidate. They call him Biafra candidate. They call him this and that. Even El Rufai now that he's having issue with the federal government, say he's an Hollywood actor, that Peter Obi cannot do this. All those people that insulted Peter Obi, even what's his name? Dino Melaye. I remember the last election. Dino Melaye was there, to debate against Peter Obi because he was supporting Atiku Abubakar. There's no name he's being called Peter Obi. All of them now want to also leverage on Peter Obi's influence. It's a disgrace. But let's see what happens. Will Peter Obi win ADC presidential primary? I doubt, as long as Atiku is there. And even it's obvious that Peter Obi will leave ADC because the party is in crisis right now. 3 factional chairmen so far. How many factional chairmen from the state level? State factional chairmen. As of yesterday, one man rose up from nowhere and said he has suspended Atiku Abubakar, suspended Babakar Lawal, and many others in Adamawa State. So there are a lot of crises rocking the ADC. Before they could even fix this, crisis at state level, at national level, we must have finished the 2027 general election. So the best thing Peter Obi should do in his own best interest is to look for another party. And I have suggested the new one Senator Seriake Diskin of Bayelsa created, I think NDC. That is the best choice. There is no leadership crisis, there is nothing, there is no godfather, whatever. It's a new fresh party. And he can contest there. He has the influence. He can contest there and win.